So what's up, you guys? It's Clash of the Horns with a new video. So today we're going to be talking about the LA Rams Madden 2020 rating. So we're going to get into it, and we're going to start with, you guys already know, we got to start with the number one highest rated player on Madden, Aaron Donald, 99, number 99. He's got 99 problems, but in Madden score ain't one, with a near perfect 99 rating. We already know about Aaron Donald. Back to back defensive player of the year. And this guy is unstoppable. A offense's worst nightmare. Future Hall of Famer. That's basically it. We don't even have to go any further than that. So we're going to go and talk about Todd Gurley, who is 97. Also near perfect, but not quite, with a 97 rating. Basically one of the best, if not the best, running back on Madden. Then you have Andrew Whitworth, left tackle. I think he's the fourth best left tackle on the whole game, with a 93 overall rating. This guy is sound. He is a heart and soul of this Rams offense. Without him, this Rams team would struggle big time to protect Jared Goff. Now this is where the Rams kind of start getting lower on the list, even though it's still pretty high. Two wide receivers, Robert Woods and Brandon Cooks, with the 87 overall score. Pick your poison, basically, for your defense. Try to guard these guys the best you can. And Robert Woods being more of a route runner, Brandon Cooks being more of a speedster, deep threat type of wide receiver. Both of these guys are great. And another fact, with Cooper Kupp, they make the only team on Madden, I think on Madden 2020, that we have three wide receivers with an 84 rating or better. So the Rams have the best wide receiver core on Madden 2020. So if you like wide receivers, you're probably going to face the Rams a lot, and you're going to be playing with the Rams a lot. So next up is Aqib Talib, 87 overall, the Rams' best secondary player. Even though he's a little older, I think this makes him 32, 33 years old, he still got it with an 87 overall rating and is a heart and soul of that Rams secondary. Going down the list, Johnny Hekker with an 86 overall. I mean, punters are people too, and Johnny Hekker is the best in the biz. This is kind of one of those surprising, overall ratings. Is John Johnson III, confirmed at 85 overall. The guy is a stud. The guy is basically a Pro Bowl player. The only reason he's not is because he's not like a marketable name, not a household name. Maybe if he gets the Super Bowl and they start making videos about him on the NFL Network and they stop hyping him up, people will actually know about John Johnson. But we know John Johnson, we love him, and he's an 85 overall. I think last Madden, he had to be like an 88, 89. So this doesn't actually make any sense to me, because he actually played better this past year than he did the year before in his rookie year. And for some reason they have him at 85, but Madden's been tripping. So I'm not the only one with question marks about Madden. A lot of other people are kind of upset about Madden. So moving on, Michael Brockers, 84 overall. Another piece on that defensive line to stop the run. Michael Brockers, he actually went downhill compared to last year. I think last year he was an 88 with Ndamukong Suh and Aaron Donald. This year he's an 84 overall. It's still a pretty good rating. It's just not as good as before. But Michael Brockers, he'll be back. I know he will. Then here is Nickel Roby-Coleman, slot god, the guy that broke all the Saints fans' hearts in the NFC Championship game, is a respectable 84. Slot God is one of the best slot corners in the game, and his rating shows you why. His awareness is 88, speed 89, agility, acceleration 91 and 90. So the guy is a pretty good slot corner, one of the best in the business, and one of the reasons why the Rams secondary is top tier. Now, Cooper Kupp, 84. Some people would, prefer him to be a little bit higher. The guy was on his way to getting 1,000 yards. That would have made the Rams would have been like the only team with all three wide receivers on the field to have 1,000 yards until he got injured. But the guy is 84 overall. He is basically Jared Goff's best friend. Talking about Jared Goff's best friend, Jared Goff had 83 So our quarterback that's been struggling went first overall. He endured Jeff Fisher. Then his first year takes him to the playoffs with Sean McVay. Second year takes him to the Super Bowl. He is at a whopping 83 overall and is my first nominee. I made a nominee for the Madden games now. The Rodney Dangerfield Award, totally disrespected with an 83. There's other, people that got like an 84, like Cam Newton, and they were hyping up Rivers, who got like a 90 something. So I mean, Jared Goff, totally disrespected at 83. You'd expect him to at least be in the upper 80s, but no, Madden said, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to leave him at 83, and you're going to like it. So we're going to move on from Jared Goff. Totally disrespected, my guy. But we'll be back, Jared. Don't worry. We'll be laughing last when we win the Super Bowl this year. Now, Rob Havenstein, 82 overall. The second best player on this Rams offensive line. It was an 82. Went downhill a little bit from last year, where I think he was like about an 85. And still a great player. Going to be with the Rams for a long time. Marcus Peters. He is one of the most controversial players for the Rams, especially the Rams fans who debate whether or not to extend Marcus Peters after this season. He is an 82 overall. To me, very entertaining player. Love his press conferences because he makes the reporters feel so uncomfortable. And he's always got some type of attitude, but he can be like smiling or he can be frowning, or he's got like a resting bitch face. The guy is an 82 on Madden. I don't know how to feel about that, because some days he's playing like complete trash. Other days he's up there with Aqib Talib. So it all depends on what Marcus wants to be that certain day and time. But he's an 82 overall on Madden. Rams right guard Austin Blythe, who has been one of the most surprising players for the Rams in the last couple of years, with especially under Sean McVay, who is now an 81 on Madden. Previously, I think he was about a 76, 77 previous games, but now he's an 81. They're showing him some love with an 81 overall. So some players are giving a little bit more love than they deserve. Other players are getting shafted. So Austin Blythe, at least he's on the come up. He's a really solid Rams offensive lineman. He's played center, so he could be our future center. He can be our future guard, but he's an 81 overall. Eric Weddle, brand new Rams safety. Very excited about this guy. A little bit past his prime, but he's still really good, and his overall rating is 81. One of the surprising attributes for him is a 91 awareness rating, 85 speed, acceleration is 90. He's not the strongest guy, most physical guy, but he is very knowledgeable. He can read defenses very well, and we'll see how he improves the Rams' new secondary, who I think will be the best secondary in the NFL this year. Now, this is a player that I think is kind of given a little boost this season compared to a couple last games, but Samson Ebukam is an 80. Very notable game was the Kansas City Chiefs game, where he came in and totally took over that game with Aaron Donald, and that's one of the games where he basically did what he wanted. And I guess that's the only game they saw, because they ended up giving him an 80 overall rating. And to me is kind of cool, but at the same time it kind of gives you a question mark because of the ratings that they gave Clay Matthews and Dante Fowler. But my boy got an 80 overall rating. And now Greg Zuerlein, who I think should be given a much higher rating, but he's given an 80 rating in Madden 2020. For some reason, I guess the most clutch player is rated 80. One of the best kickers in the NFL. Makes no sense, but I mean, at least it's not a 70. Now these two players, Gerald Everett and Tyler Higbee, are both 79, and just the same reason that Sean McVay can't get his mind right and pick one to start most of the games. Madden doesn't even know which one's better, because they basically get the same amount of snaps, and both of them are rated 79. One player is better at being like a a scheme guy. I think Tyler Higbee fits the scheme a little bit better. His mechanics, the way he can catch plus block. But Gerald Everett's more of an athlete, and he's got more speed. I think he's more of a wide receiver type of vertical threat. But Tyler Higbee is more of a scheme type of tight end for the Rams. So both of them were rated 79, decent ratings, but you kind of want to see one flourish more than the other. Now this is where we get into, well, who's the best edge rusher? Why are they putting Ebukam higher than the other two guys? Well, Clay Matthews is a 78, and Dante Fowler, my guy, is a 77 for some reason. Even though he came in clutch for the Rams, they're still putting him as a 78 and a 77. So Dante Fowler is in that weird predicament. Like, are we going to use him as an inside linebacker, or are we going to use him as a pass rusher? Because the Rams don't have a lot of depth in the linebacker position. So that's mainly what I'm thinking Clay Matthews might be, because we do have Sasu Ebukam. We do have other players that are going to be on the come up at the edge rushing position. But at the same time, Clay Matthews can do both. He's kind of like a dual threat, and he came in as a dual threat. So, it's surprising to see them both in the 78 mark, but especially Dante Fowler and the set of skills that he does have. He has more. I think he has more pass rushing potential than Ebukam, but Ebukam is more of a physical guy. His attributes, his speed, his strength is something that you kind of like. There's a lot of upside if only he can get his pass rushing skills up to date. But Dante Fowler to me is a better edge rusher than Samson Ebukam. So this is a player right here that I keep hyping up, that I keep thinking he's totally disrespected by the league. No one respects this guy. I love this guy. I totally respect his game, and this is my guy, Corey Littleton. But Corey Littleton got a 75, a measly 75 rating on Madden, completely disrespected by Madden and their peers. And this is a guy that comes in and punts and blocks a punt every game. He gets an interception. He gets a fumble. He makes things happen, and he gets a 75, which is another nominee for who got the most disrespect on Madden. And I'm going to make a poll on my Twitter tomorrow. Actually, today. Let's do it today. Make sure you go hit up my Clash of the Horns Twitter and vote, and, follow me. But yeah, Corey Littleton, totally disrespected. This guy deserves a lot more love. I think he's one of the most, I'm going to say, influential players on defense because of the fact that he can make things happen out of nowhere. So that's my dude, Corey Littleton. Totally respect that guy. Now this is where we start getting in the lower tier players, maybe the depth chart, just in case the guy gets hurt, he can come in. But here's Josh Reynolds, a 75, who came in for Cooper Kupp. He actually had a pretty good year last year, but he's not going to get much starting play with Cooper Kupp being back on the team. But he's still going to be there just in case someone ends up getting hurt. Malcolm Brown with the 72, who will be competing now with rookie Darrell Henderson Jr., who's also a 72. So those two guys are going to be competing to who's going to be the second running back to come in for Todd Gurley. Now I'm going to start getting into more of the rookies, and I'm going to skip some of these players I don't think are going to be much influence, but then talk about some of the guys that we might have forgotten, or that I feel like their rating is still kind of low for the type of player that they are. But here's Darrell Henderson with the 72. Has really good attributes, but his awareness is off. And usually when you get a rookie, their awareness kind of drags their score down. So if they were to have like a decent, awareness rating, that they would have been a lot better. But Darrell Henderson, the running back that we chose in the draft, 72. For some reason, Blake Bortles is hit with the 69 rating. I would expect him to at least be like a 72, 73. But for some reason, they decided to put him at 69. Maybe they didn't want to give the Rams like the overpowered rating, because they feel like if they overpower the Rams, then that's kind of unfair to the rest of the league, because we have a pretty decent team. But for some reason, he's a 69. I actually feel like they disrespected my guy Blake Bortles, but it is what it is. Now, new quarterback. I made a video about this guy, David Long out of Michigan. They decided to give him a 69 rating for cornerback. I think they kind of lowballed the guy, but I totally understand. Most times the rookies, it doesn't matter how good they are. If they're not like a first round pick or like a big brand name, that they're not going to give them a really good rating. And I feel like David Long has been disrespected with the 69. This guy's going to be a baller, and I think he will come in one day and will basically take over Aqib Talib's role when Aqib Talib decides to retire. So David Long is really good. Obongna Okoronkwo, edge rusher, who you haven't really seen much from him because he's been hurt all last year. I think he will come in this season and surprise a lot of people, kind of like John Franklin Myers did. He came in and took over and became influential as a pass rusher. But for some reason, Okoronkwo got a 68 rating. I think they totally messed up his rating. He would have been a lot higher because they gave his awareness a 53. And if you'd have just put it like a 69, he'd be like a 73. But this guy is a beast physically, but you just haven't seen him on the field. So basically a rookie for another year. The first pick for the Rams, Taylor Rapp, is going to be a 68 on Madden. But they do update the game. So even though they're kind of low right now, the rookies, by the time they hit like mid-season, you'll kind of see them get a higher score. And I could totally see Taylor Rapp coming in and being like a 75. If he makes a few plays here and there, he comes in on third down conversions, and he comes in plays or gets an interception, a forced fumble, they'll boost his score up. But for right now, he's a 68. And that guy is going to be good. He'll have time to learn from both John Johnson and Eric Weddle. I'm going to skip some of these guys and go down the list. Greg Gaines, defensive tackle / nose tackle, is probably going to come in and play the nose tackle position. It was given a 67. The guy is a pretty physical guy, but the only thing is his speed is not that good. It's a 67, and his awareness is a 68. So I don't know how I feel about that. I just feel like he's got more potential than that, and they probably haven't seen him play that much, so they'll improve that score. Now this is Micah Kaiser, 66, who I think will come in and become the inside linebacker number 2, maybe inside linebacker number 3, depending on what they do with Clay Matthews. But Micah Kaiser, and in college, he was actually one of the highest rated tacklers to stop the run in college when the Rams drafted him a year ago. He's from the ACC, Virginia, I think. That's the college he went to. He was actually one of the best tacklers in all football, in college football that year. But he didn't get much playing time except in the preseason because obviously Mark Barron was playing, and he's going to have his time to shine. But they're giving him a 66 overall rating. He's more of a run-stopping guy. He's not like Corey, where Corey's like a pass coverage type of linebacker, and he can also tackle, but he's not much of a run-stopping linebacker. Well, Micah Kaiser is, and he'll help stop the run. Now I'm gonna keep going back. So Joseph Noteboom's a left guard. They gave him a 65. So he was previously a left tackle. Now they changed his role and put him as a left guard. So he's a 65, mainly because of his awareness is a lot lower than he should be. But Joseph Noteboom's going to be competing in the inside offensive line role. They're probably going to put him at left guard, most likely, since he's been on the team for a year, and see how that works out. But he's going to be coming in for Roger Saffold and seeing how he does. I expect him to do well, especially in pass coverage. The only thing that surprises me, if he ain't the most powerful guy, he'll get pushed around for sure. But he's given a 65, which is understandable. He's still considered a rookie because he didn't get much playing time last year. And then we're going to keep going down. And Bobby Evans, the other left tackle / left guard, is a 64. who is also going to be competing for an offensive line spot. And then keep going down. Brian Allen, the Rams center, is a 62, and he will be coming in for sure. And then let's keep going down. David Edwards gets a 59, who's the right tackle that we just drafted. And last but not least, Cooper Kupp's brother Kettner is a 57. And that's basically it. That's where we're at. So hope you guys liked the video. I think the Rams, some of the players got shafted, like, you know, Jared Goff for sure, Corey Littleton, Dante Fowler, what's that dude's name? Taylor Rapp dirty too. I think Taylor Rapp should be rated higher, but in all honesty, I think this Rams team is going to be Super Bowl champs this year. I honestly do feel that way. I feel like they'll learn from last season. They'll come in this year, take it a lot more seriously, learn, progress, and then Sean McVay, as a coach himself, will also progress and take them to the promised land. But thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know what you think. Let me know who do you think got shafted in this game. Also, are you surprised to see the rookies play? Let me know what you think overall. So leave a like, share, comment, please, and please subscribe if you haven't already. More videos will be coming on the way. Thank you guys for watching the video. Go Rams.